Thank you for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Today. With me is some officers from the John B Kendrick FFA chapter. Ladies, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. I'm going to let you, no, you're fine. I'm going to let you introduce yourselves and tell what office you hold.
Okay, I'm Louisa Sorenson. I am the reporter for our chapter.
I'm Zoe Van Winkle, and I'm also our secretary.
And I'm Amy Peldo, and I'm our third vice president.
All right. Well, ladies, thanks for joining us. It's been a super busy summer and fall, and it doesn't look to be slowing down. So let's get started. What you guys been up to?
So this summer, we have actually been very busy, even though you guys don't see us all the time, but we're still out in the community. So this summer, we helped out with Wild Rodeo Slack. So in the mornings before Wild Rodeo, we help and we run cattle through all the chutes and everything in the back, and we do that every morning at WYO, and it's a great experience. Like, I think everyone has fun, and a lot of kids that don't deal with cattle and everything get that chance to be around that and everything, and I think they really enjoy it. Like, I think it's a blast. And we've also had our state fair this year, so we have a lot of our FFA members sell their cattle, their sheep, their pigs, and it's so much fun. I really enjoy watching everyone just compete and just have fun and like get along and just try new things and everything. It's a great time. I really do feel like everyone enjoys that too, and it's just great. And we love to have our community support us when we sell our animals and everything. It makes us all feel just so, like, I don't know, it makes me feel good personally, but I really enjoy it, and I like seeing all the community come together and everything in that setting.
You know, we are so fortunate to live in the community that we do,
Yes.
because once again, the livestock sale was record breaking again.
Yeah.
And it's huge. And you know what? I know that the business members, because we do as well, we enjoy seeing you guys coming out to the businesses and talking to everybody. And that's why they come, because you guys actually go out and you thank them and you invite them to the fair and the sale, and it's a great time. So
I'm so grateful for our community and everything that they've done for us. It's really outstanding to just see the prices every year, especially with how many animals we sell. It's incredible. I'm so grateful to be here and everything and be able to sell the animals I do and get the money that I do. I mean, it's amazing. It's just outstanding.
Well, I can't imagine how many kids have actually gotten to pay for college off of their livestock sales through the years.
And that's what a lot of our money goes to, is just savings for college and everything. And I know that's what I've been saving up since I was little, since I've started and like fair and everything. Same with my siblings. I'm just grateful. Like, that's all I can say.
Yeah, and like you were saying, we have our Sheridan County Fair that we were a part of this year. I know that FFA, we always try to say, you don't always have to show animals. You don't always have to be on a ranch to be an FFA, but there are a ton of kids that are actually showing animals and competing with their livestock every year. And we had a really good turnout this year. So many kids showing beef, pigs, horses, all of that stuff. And we just
don't forget your favorite, Amy.
And sheep, obviously, chickens, all of that. So we are just really grateful that we have that kind of community as well, because when people see us in the FFA jackets at fair, I always get people saying, oh, wow, like I was in FFA when I was little, and it's just such a great experience. And all of us coming together after the fair, after the summer is all finished as well, is just awesome to kind of just have fun, show our animals, do what we would like to do. So yeah, we did county fair, so that was fun.
I would have wore my FFA jacket today, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit. So
I would have loved to see that.
It might have just hung behind us.
Little coat hanger on the back.
Exactly. Well, and I know that the Wild Rodeo Board is super grateful for the help you guys give.
We love doing that stuff. I feel like it gets a lot of kids out of like their comfort zone, like working with animals and everything, and it's just a great experience to learn. I mean, the Wild Rodeo Board, I think, really appreciates it, and we appreciate just being able to go out and help them, because it's just a great experience, and it definitely teaches us some responsibility and a lot of communication, but it's just a good experience, and everyone really does enjoy it. Like, I know I always do, but...
Well, and you guys get to meet a lot of people there. I mean, I know that the pickup men always have talked to us about, oh, those kids are so great, and we met this one and this one, and I know there might have been some girls looking at some Wrangler butts.
Oh,
I heard all
yeah,
about it.
all the time.
I heard about it from the young ladies. They had to come tell me. So
It's always fun.
Yeah. I think it's a great opportunity that we get to have because there's so many other different places that they don't get to experience that.
Mhm.
So where if you don't own livestock, you don't have that experience. Whereas we get the experience to go hang out with livestock and just be at the rodeo for the day and be able to understand what happens.
Oh, it's definitely, people don't always know what goes on behind the scenes for those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. The first time I did slack, I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much more respect for the people in the back rather than the people, or also the people that do
The performers, right?
performers, but then the people that also work behind the scenes and everything like that. So
It truly takes a village to put on a rodeo our size, and like I said, it's great that you guys are a part of that because it takes volunteers, a huge amount of volunteers, and I do know that the board really appreciates that. Zane Garstead loves to come every year to the FFA banquet. It's his favorite thing he does
I
all
love
year.
seeing him there. I just love the support we do receive from people. And it surprises me how many people don't realize that FFA is still around though. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they're like, oh, I didn't know FFA was still around. And we're like, oh yeah, we're still here and everything, but we're kind of in the background of things, which don't get me wrong, it's nice and everything, but it's just a surprise that many people still don't know about FFA and everything.
So we've talked about Wild Rodeo. We've talked about County Fair.
Mhm.
We've touched on State Fair a little bit because I know that there was quite a bit of participation in State Fair from the animals to the indoor projects and even the small animals. I know Kira took her rabbits down there. So
Yep. So we also had a few camps this year, which I love all the camps we get to go to. So there was our FFA camp. So we go every year. Our officers get to go, and if any other members want to go, they have to pay a fee if they want, but they still get to participate in everything. And it's I love it. It's so much fun. There's so many new people that we get to meet and everything just from other FFA chapters and talk about how we improve, how we want to improve our chapters and kind of learn how they improve theirs. So then maybe we can use that or just talk about all that stuff. And then we get closer to our state officers and everything. And it's just a blast. I really do enjoy it. And we have volleyball tournaments sometimes, and those get so competitive. If you haven't heard about it from Jet, then you haven't heard about it at all. It's great. It's so much fun. We get competitive, but it's a great time to just have fun and mess around and meet new people, definitely.
yeah, it's definitely such a fun experience when we get the opportunity to go to these kind of camps. I personally love it just because you're out in the mountains for a week and with no service, you're just around a bunch of kids that you have at least one thing in common with, which is FFA. And at the end of the time, you just come back feeling so motivated for the new year, for the new time, and you just really connect more with FFA if you're feeling out of your element and you need to kind of get back into it. That week is just such a fun week to just reconnect.
Especially after that week when you get to go to state convention, you see all those people and then you get to reconnect throughout the year and say what happened, and you just get to reconnect with those friends that you have across the state.
Well, and I can tell you guys, just because I'm a little bit older, that a lot of the friendships you make now, you'll still have. I mean, the people that I was in FFA with, and I'm going to use Louisa's dad.
Everyone
Chris,
loves him.
Chris and I became friends because of FFA and Ag, and that was in the 90s. We're still friends today. And there's so many of the people, Justin West, Stacy Ellenwood. There's so many people that I did FFA with that I'm still friends with today and throughout the state. And I think you guys will see that as you continue on, even through college and stuff in your life. You'll always have those connections, and it's awesome.
I think it's great to have all those relationships too. It gives you so many different kinds of experiences to meet all those different kinds of people and just have all those friends and everything. It's pretty amazing.
I still have a memory from state convention of a Smokin' Armadillos concert. I don't even know if you girls know who Smokin' Armadillos are, but they were cool in the 90s.
They sound cool.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Look them up on your Google Music.
Okay. We'll have to do that sometime. Yeah. We'll bring it back to our chapter.
All right.
So another camp we did this year was our officer camp. And so that was just our officer team. We went up and we had a camp, and this was a chance for all of us to get closer and everything and kind of learn about each other going into the year and everything. And it was definitely interesting. My favorite part of this camp, I think, was when I made Jet so mad. He just turned red and you could just see smoke coming out of his ears. It was great.
I think my favorite part about that was that learning that Christensen could actually swim.
Yeah.
He got knocked off his kayak into the pond, so he had to swim back to the bank.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed that camp just because, like, you sit there, we all are having this meeting saying, okay, this is our goals for this year. We are going to leave a legacy. We are going to do all of these things because almost every single one of our officers except one are all seniors. So we're just trying to make our senior year just extra great, I guess. I guess that's not very good word, but we just are really connecting, telling us how we want our year to go, how we wanted things that we could change for the next year, just stuff like that. So,
and our main goal was, like Amy said, definitely leaving a legacy. Like, that's what we all want to do. We want to change this chapter for the better, and we really want to improve, seeing as, like, with all this new technology and everything, we want to be out there more and everything, and kind of let our chapter members and everything learn to take over and still remember us in a way, though.
Well, I can tell you from when I was there till now how much the chapter has grown.
Oh,
It's so much bigger than it was. I mean, not that we had a fairly decent sized chapter throughout, if you compared it to the rest of the state, but I mean, to be able to come to your guys' banquet and I see blue jackets everywhere and I'm like, who's that kid? I don't know who that one is. And then it's always fun to see the people I was in with go, oh, that's your kid?
It's always interesting to see those new kids and everything, but it's great to have them in FFA and everything, even if they're not from like an ag background or whatever. It's great to have them because, like, they love to compete in this stuff or like learn all this new stuff and everything. It's a great experience for everyone, and I really enjoy seeing all these new kids and everything coming in to try all these different things. It really like gives them more experience and everything. It's just great.
Cowboy State Bank, helping farmers, ranchers, and the ag community succeed for over 100 years. Well, and like you said, it's not just livestock. The leadership, the public speaking, the different kind of, I mean, there's ag, well, we used to call it sales and marketing, but I mean, there's so many different avenues that doesn't have anything to actually do with a four-legged critter.
right.
Yeah, like
Sorry. And people, so our FFA used to be called Future Farmers of America, and now it has changed to just National FFA, I believe, just because when people think of future farmers, they think of these kids that are out on ranches and
like these rednecks and hicks.
These people that are just
Hey, that was back in my day. Careful.
Yeah, right. But I feel like a lot of people that are in our FFA chapter actually don't have ranches. They don't show anything, and I also find that our FFA chapter has gotten a lot closer over the years. I feel like we all are just one big friend group, which a lot of like other school activities are, it's like there's cliques and there's people that are like in this friend group and this friend group, but honestly, you go to a meeting and we are all just one big friend group. We're all friends with everyone, which makes it really easy to bring more people in and to connect with these people that we haven't ever seen around, you know, so.
It's always fun. I love seeing the new kids. That's just my favorite thing.
I think at our last meeting, we had over 36 members show up, just members, like not even new people. Like I didn't count those people, but we had 36 members show up to one meeting. I think that's pretty amazing.
Well, the alumni got to judge your Halloween contest.
Oh, yep.
What did you think? What did you think of our costumes? Weren't they just...
there was some really original ones. I'm not going to lie. The Napoleon Dynamite cracked me up. And then Jet in the T-Rex. I was like, oh, God.
Our dinosaur hunters.
Yes,
Gunner was definitely my favorite, I think. He stood out. And
for sure. Funny story. Gunner's mom and I used to go trick-or-treating together. So it was kind of fun.
Gosh, I love her. She will text me all the time asking about like meetings and everything, and it's so funny. Gunner's like, why is my mom texting you?
None of your business. She's checking up on you.
Making sure you're not getting into any trouble. That kid is something. Gosh, he always makes everything so
Yeah.
interesting, though.
We love Gunner.
Another camp we did was our livestock camp, and I'll let Amy talk about that one a little more.
Yeah, so I got the opportunity to go to the Casper College Livestock Judging Camp this summer. Miss Peterson, or Miss Byer now,
Yes.
she brought only 2 kids down, and it was me and this other kid. And we really just had a great time. It was 3 days long, and I really think that when you want to do a CDE, LDE, anything of that sort, that you should go to these camps. You should go and do all of these things that, like, opportunities that you get presented with. I feel like a lot of us just go to state and compete with our CDE or LDE once and then we're fine. But with livestock judging, I decided to kind of step it up a little bit and do more competitions around the state over the past years. And I just feel like it was a great experience. We got to do a competition at the end and see a lot of our FFA members around the state. So I was really grateful that Miss Byer let us do all of this, and she let us go to this.
So you were talking about CDE and LDE. So for us old people who didn't, it was just projects back then. Would you explain what those are so everybody knows?
Yeah, so a CDE is a career development event. And so these will be your livestock judging, your meats judging,
Vet science,
science.
ENR. There's so many other different things that they keep having, like mechanics. That's a CDE now.
Okay.
Yeah, and our LDEs are leadership development events. These are mainly public speaking. So like your prepared, your extempt, your creed speaking, and
Our ag issues too that we have.
Parley Pro.
Parley.
I can't remember what category that's under.
Yeah, but so there's just different groups, and at state you have a LDE day and then a CDE day. So usually some of us do one of each or 2 of each or whatever, and yeah, that's basically it.
It's like all the different kind of competitions you get to compete in and everything, and there's like a variety, so you really get to try out everything if you want to. Like as a freshman and everything, you only get to do creed speaking your freshman year, and I think that's a great experience. So if you have the opportunity to and you're a freshman, go for it. Like it's something you definitely should try out. Even if you don't win, it's not really about winning. It's just learning those public speaking skills, which is super important in life, and that's literally what FFA helps you with, is all that like life experience that you need to learn at like a young age and everything. So
Well, and I can tell you, I mean, I livestock judged. I didn't start till I was a freshman. I didn't 4-H livestock judge, and it actually paid for me to go to college. So it's a great, if you can get into those things, it will help you out in the long run.
Oh yeah, and I'm just speaking of like paying for colleges. FFA just really like the scholarship opportunities that FFA gives you, like the alumni. We are so grateful for all the scholarships that they give us every year, as well as if you have a state degree, you can do these scholarships that are statewide, and on like your resumes, everything. Everyone like when you apply to these resumes or you apply to these colleges and say that you're an FFA, people almost respect you. They give you that sort of respect, and they know that you have had these qualities that just you don't learn in a classroom, and you don't learn playing a sport, you know. So it's a whole new experience.
it is. I can't really say more than what Amy said. So our school year has started and everything, kind of moving on, I guess. We've had a lot going on there too. So if Zoe wants to kind of take over a little bit, we have more to talk about there.
So one of the things that we've been doing this school year, well, that we've done all school years, is football concessions. So we set up the stands, we have the alumni selling hamburgers, and we just sell like not condiments, but like snacks and treats and popcorn and all that kind of stuff. And we make some pretty good money from that just because we're like helping our school, and like we're the ones that put it on. We also sell hats during that too. So our John B Kendrick FFA hats, the King Ropes ones, those are $30 each. We make like quite a few people like to wear them because it's a hat. It's our Sheridan colors. Most people like our Sheridan colors, so they enjoy it pretty well.
And it's the FFA colors too.
It's the FFA colors.
The community
2 in
definitely
1.
supports us with that stuff, though. I mean, we do have a lot of people actually buying hats and everything, which is super nice and everything, but I don't know. I just love the support we get from our community. It's a huge thank you to them and everything. It's outstanding.
Yeah, I agree. Another thing that we did this school year that was not really something that we really planned on doing was the Kyler benefit. In case anyone doesn't know, Kyler is this kid that's a sophomore, and he had a brain injury due to football. So we put on we didn't. Somebody else put on a benefit, and we just helped clean up, and we were just there for like support, seeing if anyone needed our help. So yeah, we just basically helped clean it up and just were there to support him, I guess.
There was a lot of people that showed up too and everything. It was very crowded, but it was a fun experience. There was just so many people there to support him and everything. It's just amazing to see that stuff, like our community come together for all that and everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Another thing we did this summer was our highway cleanup. We actually just did that not too long ago. So a bunch of us.
Is it still out the Decker Highway?
Yes.
Oh my
Hasn't changed. I know. We all met at Common Sense though, and kind of walked down there and everything. And there's a lot of trash. Like, you guys don't expect it, but oh my gosh, the things people throw out, I'm just amazed. And sometimes we definitely have competitions to see who could find the weirdest. And,
one person's trash is another person's treasure.
Or some of them is just really weird. Like, I don't want to be picking that up.
Yes, the 4-H club has one in front of our house, and every year, or every time they do it, Grady Hiller shows up with some treasure. This time it was a license plate.
Or like the
Hubcap last time. Yeah.
That was funny.
We found a mug one year out further out at Decker, and I don't remember who found it, but someone kept it, and it just stayed around. And we're like, well, we hope you washed it at least. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can find out there, yeah. But we just wanted to let everyone know that we are out there, like, helping out the community and everything, and it's a great time. Like, you get to talk with your friends, but you also get to help out the community a little bit and everything, and we get a lot of honks from people and thumbs up and everything, and it's fun to have that. And semis driving by, when they honk their horns, everyone just cheers. It's a great time, and we do like the support that we get from people driving by and everything. It's a good time.
Yeah, and we are always available, or not available, we're always up to help people in the community with whatever and wherever. This is our life. This is all that we do. So if anybody out there ever needs help, or like if any business wants help, we are always up for just a good time, some community service.
I think we all enjoy helping out our community. I mean, even if it's just like simple tasks, like our advisors moving homes or something, helping like them move furniture, we're gonna be there. We love helping them. We love our advisors. They are, oh gosh, they're something. I love hanging out with them. They're like my best friends. They don't know it, but they are.
They do now.
Yes.
Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive.
Next on our list, I guess, was
The Ag Expo. So we went and helped the Sheridan County Cattle Women's, who they have all the 4th graders from all the schools in Sheridan County come out, and we walk them around. We have some horses there. We have some livestock there. We have tractors. We have trailers. They get that agricultural experience when they're young. And so we just help out with that. We walk them around. We do little tours. I know this year me and Devlin Cole did the tour of the cattle trailer, and then we let kids run around in it. And then Jet was our cow. So he showed him how to use the trailer.
There was a lot of mooing.
A lot of mooing, a lot of running.
Very Jet's 17, but at heart, Jet's still 7.
Jet is still 7.
Yes, he is. Oh gosh, my dad comes up there too. He loves doing that stuff, and he is such a child at heart too. Like, he really just gets along with all those kids and everything, and it's the best thing ever. Last year, I think when we did it, there was some kids that figured out that he was my dad. And they could not believe it. They were just stunned. And it was the funniest thing ever. They also believed that I was the Louisa from Encanto, the new Disney movie. And so they just thought I was super strong just the whole trip. And I love helping those kids. They were so much fun to hang out with. And just like watching them learn about all this stuff, they're all just like amazed and everything about how all this stuff works and where all their food comes from. Even like they're like, they just don't believe it. And it's incredible to watch them.
Yeah.
Well, and the great thing is these kids now get to say, hey, I know those guys, and they look up to you, and you get to be a role model. And you remember what it was like when you were kids that age and said, hey, the FFA guys, they pay attention to us. They talk to us. So it's really nice that you guys are able to give back year after year with that.
Yeah, I love the Ag Expo. All the kids are at that age where they're just so excited about everything. And so it's just so fun, especially because we have like this this table with all this meat and like cow eyeballs, cow tongues, cow hearts, which some kids are really grossed out by, but other kids are like, whoa, like I didn't know a cow heart was that big. Like that's as big as my head and all this stuff. And it's definitely an eye opener, especially for us too.
Pun
like,
intended.
Yeah, literally. Definitely for us too. Like we just get excited about the little things when the kids are excited, and we take a day off of school for it. So better make it worth it, I guess.
I love watching the kids learn how to rope and everything, because not a lot of people know how to rope even anymore, and it's just so funny to see them swinging those things around and they get caught up in them, and they just have a blast doing it though. They just have fun with it all, and it's just great to watch and experience and be there with them.
It's so interesting watching them know that they're learning something new. And then, like, at the end of the day, you're like, okay, what was your favorite thing you learned today? It's usually the cattle trailer or looking at the animals. Because that's just so cool, because not all of them get to be able to go see a cow every day, you know? Or, like, get to go out to their pasture and see a horse like some kids do, but, like, not everyone does. So that's really cool and interesting that they get to learn that.
And I've heard that milking the wooden cow is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
one's
gosh.
pretty cool.
There were so many kids. They were, like, going in circles trying to milk that thing. It was...
And like churning the butter and making the cheese, I think we were making.
It was butter.
Butter, yeah.
Turning the butter,
and
making
like
cheese.
Yeah, same thing. But then the kids got to try the butter that they made, and they were like, oh, this is actually really good. This is a lot better than the store-bought ones or whatever. And then we got to see hides from animals as well, like mountain lions and bears and all this stuff.
Okay.
And like
wildlife.
Yes, wildlife from the Forest Service. They came out, and the kids were just astonished. They were like, oh my gosh, this bear is so soft. I will never pet one in real life. But
Let's hope not.
hopefully not. Good. That might be the best that they can get. But yeah, it was just a really good experience. I really enjoy doing it every year.
There was one little girl. So her dad was in the Forest Service and everything, and right when she saw him, she ran up to him, and she was trying to teach all her buddies about all this stuff that her dad does, and it was the cutest thing ever. And I was actually super impressed with how much she knew and everything, and I was actually learning a lot from her. It was a great time.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
So another thing we did this year is at Shipton's Big R, they put on a barbecue for us. Or so they did it like as their customer appreciation. So a few of us FFA members went and cooked brats. We got some drinks and chips, and so it was completely free to the community. Whoever came in that day was completely free. They gave us tips, and so our chapter got to keep the tips. But I think that was very like cool and very beneficial, and like that was so nice of the Shipton's Big R to be able to do that, and then just let us have it. Because I mean, I work there. So, like, I know the people there.
A lot of us do.
But, like, it's still very cool that they allowed us to do that and then still, like, let us do our own thing during it. So,
I'm not going to lie. It's nice to be able to text and be like, hey, not going to make it before the store closes. Can you bring home?
yeah, right. My mom does that all the time. Oh, can you pick up some dog food? Yeah, I guess so. Why not? You need some steer feed. Pick a bag up tonight. I'll go grab some more tomorrow. Okay, that's fine.
That's what I warned Autumn. She's keeping her steer at our house, and I'm like, so I'm just gonna warn you. I might text you every now and then and be like, hey, I'll Venmo you some money, but I need this. Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders, online at truebuiltbuilders.com. So let's talk about your fruit sales.
Fruit sales.
Because I know everybody loves the FFA fruit sales,
Oh,
and it's been going on a really, really long time.
We've
is.
actually added some meat and cheese to it now, so we have a little bit more if people are interested in it. So we go around, we sell our fruit. So we have like apples, oranges, we have avocados. I forgot what else. I was gonna bring in a sheet and I forgot. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. But then we're also selling our meat and cheeses and everything. So we have like jerky. We have like these containers of cheese that we sell and everything. And to be honest, I'm pretty excited about it. It all looks so good and everything. I love doing this stuff, and I always have my grandparents buy something. They always love buying something from me.
That's how my grandparents are too. But I also think that it's really interesting that a really good more opportunity for us to have the meat and cheese, because we usually just do fruit, and everyone is always asking, well, do you have like anything else than fruit? Like, we will definitely support you, but we don't really want fruit and all this stuff. So I think that just giving it more of a variety is definitely going to maybe hopefully boost our sales and just
and then all of these sales and everything, from like the fruit sales and everything, all of this will go towards like helping us to get to state and everything, and get to do like trips and everything, like to fire and CPC, which we have coming up. And
well, and I was just gonna say, good segue too, Louisa. You know, you're kind of a natural at this. Maybe you should have your own. You want to just do this?
Oh yeah, I would love to. I'll join you, don't worry.
All right. But I think let's cover why you guys fundraise, because unfortunately there's not enough money in the school district to go around to everybody.
No, there's not.
And as much as we would like to have as much as the football team gets, unfortunately the FFA doesn't always get that. It's been that way since I was in school. So the fundraising really is for you guys to be able to do state convention trips, all those sorts of things, so that you guys get these opportunities.
Yeah, we usually do at least one fun trip a year, like the Denver Stock Show.
If we get a chance
if we get to, last year we got to do a fun trip, but like the Denver Stock Show, such a good experience. So I think that we just appreciate all of the support and all of the. When we do a fundraiser, it usually goes so well. Everyone wants to buy hats. Everyone wants to buy fruit. What other ones do we do?
The meat and cheese now.
Everyone wants to buy meat and
Well,
cheese.
and the football concessions is another one that
And
goes
then
towards that.
with our barn bash too, like that goes to our alumni who helps us like around just all year long. If we needed sweatshirts like we got a couple years ago, they what's that word called? They kind of just gave them to us in order.
Sponsored them.
Sponsored. That's the word I was looking for. But like that's a very big thing that like the alumni puts on, and so the FFA members go and help and set up and take down and just kind of run that night. So that's a very big one.
Yeah, I feel like when we everything that you see us do, mostly that we are selling, or we are at like the sugar bar sale, for example, we did that this year. If there's a chip jar, that's usually our fundraising. If it's, and our fundraising is huge. We dedicate our entire time and energy into the fundraising, because if we want to go to state, but we have so many kids that go to state every year that it's hard. It's hard buying all those hotel rooms, and
Prices have gone up.
Yes,
Prices
the
are
prices.
very
the
high.
prices,
The food, the hotel room, all that has gone up.
Even going into state now, we got to pay for that, and it's expensive. Like
'Cause
last
it got
year,
changed, so it's like
Yes.
per person now instead of per chapter. So yeah, it's very very pricey
last
now.
year we were almost broke because we didn't have enough fundraising or money or everything to pay for all the kids that were going to state. There was a lot more this year last year than I was expecting, and it is hard, which
So
kind of
people, get out there and buy some fruit and meat and cheese. We've got a couple more home football games.
We do.
Yeah.
Get out there
One
and
this
buy some
Friday.
hats.
Yep, there's
One this Friday.
one this Friday. Our fruit sales go until November 6th.
Yes.
And we will be delivering in the first week of December. So if anybody wants to buy some fruit,
we have
free advertising.
on Facebook. We have our John B Kendrick chapter up there if anyone is interested. So that is up there.
Yeah.
Literally to keep track of what we're doing too, just to update everyone on what's going on and everything. And
Well, and if anybody has any questions or wants to get in contact, they can contact your advisors at the school, or feel free to call me up here at Sheridan Media and I can get you in contact with any of the kids or the advisors.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
there's no excuse to not get some fruit.
Right. It's good
healthy.
for you.
Yeah.
It is. And the meat and cheese.
Yeah.
That's a good filler.
Yes.
It's protein.
Yeah, your protein.
So you talked about Barn Bash, and I guess I can talk about that a little bit since I'm one of the co-chairs for the Barn Bash this year.
Yes, it's so exciting. I love doing the barn bash and everything. It's a great experience to get our community together and everything, and just have them all talking, and us being able to get out into our community a little bit more and kind of just let everyone know we're out there and everything. It's a great time. I love it. I love Barn Bash, and there's a dance and everything, and there's food, and it's a blast. I really do enjoy it.
You know, from the first year that Stuart and I came, which was probably 4 or 5 years ago, I don't remember, Braden and Maggie and Coulter invited us. So.
Of course.
And it really wasn't an invite from Braden. It was more of just, you guys are coming, right? Okay.
Of course.
But I've really noticed how many more people have started attending. And like last year, there wasn't hardly any space.
Oh, no.
I mean, every
there
table
wasn't. It
and
was
chair
crowded.
was
It
full,
was so
and-
nice, though. I love seeing all those people come and everything. And our chapter definitely gets out there and talks to everyone. I think is so good and everything. We really do need to be out there in our community a little bit more, and Barn Bash is definitely a way to help with that and everything.
Well, and the funds raised from Barn Bash, a percentage of that goes back to the chapter to help you guys with your state convention. But the majority of Barn Bash goes to scholarships for the seniors.
Yes, it does.
And I know that there's a lot of seniors this year.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there
It
is.
I think there's like 18 of us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us.
And yeah, which is great, but oh my gosh.
It's scary trying to
Poor
get a
alumni.
scholarship. Yes.
So it will conclude FFA week, which is, I believe, February 24th. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but that's what day Barn Bash will be. We're still working on securing location. We're getting a band. Usually Rick Geisler is our band, but unfortunately with Rick's accident this year, he's probably going to miss this year, and we're going to miss Rick, but
Always will.
Oh, yes. And Rick's a huge supporter of the FFA and his band, and so they're always appreciative. But if anybody has any questions about Barn Bash, we will be reaching out. We'll be doing some advertisement. We have the online auction that we actually host for you guys, the silent auction for that. There's live auction items. So anybody has any questions, again, get a hold of your FFA advisors. Contact me. I can get you that information.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Had a great time talking. Always do, though.
So anything else you ladies would like to cover that we missed?
We could talk about fire and CPC, which is coming up pretty soon. We have some kids and officers leaving for that, actually.
Yeah, so basically Fire CPC is just it's mainly for freshmen and newer members. They go down for about 2 days. I think it's like a night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a day and a night down there.
And the new members get to really see what FFA is all about. And they really encourage you to go outside of your comfort zone, embarrass yourself a little bit.
Definitely.
There
That
will be
happened to
embarrassing
us.
moments.
Yes.
And then the CPC side of it is a conference with the presidents. So like our vice president and president will go down there, and as well as state officer candidates. So this will be the first, I'm pretty sure this will be the first like interview session thing that state officers will get to do this year, which is so exciting. It will be on, we were going down there November 17th, and I don't know if I mentioned it already, but it's in Casper. So it's really fun. I really would encourage any younger members or newer members to go down there and just meet new people from across the state. That's definitely something, like that was my first ever traveling moment with my FFA kids.
It pushes you out of your comfort zone a lot, but it's okay. It's where you meet a lot of new people and everything. I mean, it's a blast. That one was definitely fun, a little uncomfortable at times, a lot embarrassing, but it was a blast.
Yeah.
Well, and the John B Kendrick FFA has had quite a few state officers that have come from, and then I don't know if you girls know this, there was a national officer back in my day. His name was Cody Wagner, and he went on to be a national officer. And so I was, like I said, that was in the 90s, but I mean, the opportunities you get on a state and national level is unparalleled.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, and I think we have around 4 people that really want to do state candidate officers. I'm not really sure.
Amy is one of them.
And I am one of them. Autumn, some of the people aren't deciding quite yet, but I just think that is such a good experience. Even if you don't get an office, it was still just so fun to meet all these people that are around your age and learn these interview skills these interview skills, these lifelong skills that you will get to learn when you're doing a job interview or something like that. So I just think that is just, it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited to take some of the freshmen down. So
well, good that's it's great that you guys are helping the younger people to take over your chapter. So now with state officers, if I'm remembering right, to be a state officer, you have to go to college in state somewhere.
Yes, correct. And you also have to have your state degree, I believe, in order to be a state officer.
And all of us officers should be getting our state degree this year.
So that'll be exciting. We're all working on our state degree right now. It's a long process.
We happen to have in our family a former state president who was just a few years ago, Austin Seeley. He's yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So and he just got engaged.
Oh,
congratulations.
Yeah, way to go, Austin.
Yeah. Miss Peterson, Miss
Byer.
she was a state officer as well.
She was.
And our student teacher last year, Miss Mueller, Abby Mueller, she was also a state officer. So we have those connections and people to look up to for state office. So that'll be fun.
And there's quite a few of them in the community who have done it, who still are part of FFA. I don't know if you know this, but there's a national champion horse judging FFA team that was from Sheridan, Wyoming.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Stacy Ellenwood, Jamie Carr, and Delissa Stanton.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
That's always a goal of ours.
And there was only 3 of them, not 4.
Our issues team right now, we are working hard. We started issues early and everything to get ahead of the game and try to make it to nationals. That is our goal. We got 3rd last year, and this year we are shooting for 1st to go to nationals. And
that's
cross our fingers. I hope we make it.
Yeah.
I never got to go, but what a great experience to be able to go. It's so much fun to hear. I mean, just to hear from Jet, his experience when he got to go and do the creed. And I think, didn't he do was it prepared or extemp that he got to go?
I think he went for employment
skills.
There you go. I knew he went twice, but it's so fun to get to hear.
Super jealous of him, though.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm old, but I wanted to go.
Yes.
I think I should be a chaperone.
Oh,
yes, you should.
Next year, you girls, just let me know. I'm happy to go chaperone.
We'll grab you and take you along. Don't worry. That is definitely something I want to go to. It would just be such an amazing experience. And
once you compete at the state level too, it's like, well, at least for a lot of us, when we're so competitive, we're like, okay, we're starting all of our stuff early. We are getting done. We are doing this. We are going to competitions. We are going to get at least top 5, probably, hopefully first. But that's one of our goals as well. We want to be able to walk across that stage more than a couple of times. The state level is just really hard. It's very competitive, but we can do it. And we have a lot of faith in ourselves.
I have a lot of faith in our chapter.
Hopefully one of our teams make it to nationals this year.
Well, from an FFA alumni here, it's always fun for us to still get to hear that John B Kendrick FFA is representing from the state to the national level. And the fact that you kids are out there doing great things, we really love seeing that.
Thank you.
We are super competitive, I think, too. That definitely helps a lot, but
yeah,
that's okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Right?
All right. Anything else, girls?
No.
I
think we're all good.
Well, now you got to go back to school.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay, I love school.
Well, ladies, thanks for joining us. I hope that you can come back again, and we'll definitely have you back on here before Barn Bash to talk about that again.
Okay.
So
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. For more news, podcasts, and sports, join us on SheridanMedia.com.